Elisa Lam was a 21-year-old Canadian student from Vancouver who had traveled to Los Angeles in January 2013. She was independent, adventurous, and eager to explore the city, planning to visit famous tourist spots, experience the nightlife, and meet new people. What she could never have imagined was that her trip to LA would become one of the most mysterious and chilling true crime stories of the modern era. Elisa checked into the Cecil Hotel, a location infamous for its dark and violent history. For decades, the hotel had been associated with suicides, murders, and strange disappearances. Its reputation as a site of unexplained incidents made it a place that many locals avoided, but tourists often remained unaware of the chilling events that had taken place there over the years. On January 31, 2013, Elisa was reported missing by the hotel staff and fellow travelers after she failed to check out and her friends could not reach her. The disappearance quickly drew attention, but the element that truly shocked the world was the release of the hotel's elevator security footage. The video showed Elisa acting in an extremely unusual and erratic manner. She entered the elevator alone, pressing multiple buttons and peeking her head out as if hiding from someone. Her body language was tense, her gestures were erratic, and at one point, she even stepped in and out of the elevator multiple times. She appeared to be talking or gesturing to someone, but no one else was present. The footage lasted only a minute, yet it captured a series of actions that left viewers baffled. People around the world watched the footage, rewound it, and tried to interpret her behavior. Was she scared? Delirious? Or was there something more sinister at play? The elevator video became viral overnight. Social media exploded with theories, ranging from the plausible to the fantastical. Some suggested she was having a psychotic episode, possibly linked to bipolar disorder, which she had been diagnosed with in the past. Others speculated that she was being followed by an unknown person or entity within the hotel. The video's strange angles, the shadows in the background, and her unusual movements fueled widespread fear and curiosity. Internet communities dissected the footage frame by frame, attempting to find clues about her disappearance. While the world debated, the Los Angeles Police Department launched a thorough investigation. They interviewed hotel staff, examined CCTV footage, and searched every corner of the building. On February 19, 2013, nearly 3 weeks after she was last seen, Elisa Lam's body was discovered inside a water tank on the hotel's roof. The circumstances of her death were horrifying and mysterious. The tanks were heavily secured, requiring someone to climb a ladder and open the tank's hatch, a task that seemed unlikely for an ordinary person without drawing attention. The water was found to be heavily contaminated, which may have contributed to some speculation that foul play was involved. A coroner's report eventually ruled the cause of death as accidental drowning. There was no evidence of physical trauma or sexual assault, and the toxicology report did not indicate drugs or alcohol at levels that could have incapacitated her. Despite this, the case remains shrouded in mystery. How did Elisa gain access to the water tank? Was she alone when she entered it? Why did she exhibit such unusual behavior in the elevator moments before her disappearance? These questions remained unanswered, leaving room for countless theories and interpretations. The Cecil Hotel's dark history only added layers to the mystery. Since the 1920s, it had been associated with multiple deaths and criminal activity. Serial killers, suicides, and violent incidents had all occurred within its walls. The hotel's location in downtown Los Angeles, near Skid Row, meant that it had long been a site of desperation and crime. Some locals and investigators speculated that the building itself seemed to have a sinister presence, a theory fueled by its long list of tragedies and unexplained occurrences. Many internet sleuths delved into Elisa's personal history, attempting to reconcile her behavior in the elevator with her known personality. Friends described her as intelligent, outgoing, and slightly eccentric, but not someone prone to extreme self-harm. Her bipolar disorder had been managed with medication, and there was no indication of a recent depressive episode. Psychologists and experts in behavior offered several potential explanations, including a manic episode, severe anxiety, or an intense reaction to feeling trapped or paranoid. However, no theory could definitively explain the specific actions captured on the elevator footage. Theories of foul play persisted despite the official ruling of accidental death. Some suggested that an unknown person had followed her to the roof and that the death had been staged. Others pointed to the hotel's history of unexplained events, proposing supernatural explanations, although these lacked evidence. The internet's fascination with Elisa Lam's disappearance grew as new content, documentaries, and analyses emerged. She became a symbol of unsolved mysteries and urban legends, a young woman whose final days captured the world's imagination. One particularly haunting aspect of the case is the psychology of human perception in situations like this. The elevator footage shows behaviors that are difficult to interpret out of context. She waves her hands, peeks out of the elevator, presses buttons seemingly at random, and speaks to herself or perhaps to someone unseen. Without direct insight into her state of mind, every action can be misinterpreted. To some, her gestures appear sinister or paranormal. To others, they seem like the actions of someone confused or frightened. The ambiguity is what makes the footage so compelling and terrifying. Elisa's death also highlights broader social issues, including mental health awareness, the responsibilities of urban hotels, and the dangers of isolation. A young traveler found herself in a situation where no one could help her in time. Her case sparked conversations about how cities like Los Angeles manage vulnerable populations, how hotels maintain access to potentially dangerous areas, and how society responds to mental health crises. Despite the official ruling, the internet continues to generate content, theories, and speculations about what truly happened. Reddit threads dissect the elevator footage, YouTube channels upload analyses, and podcasts revisit the case, each adding new interpretations. Fans of true crime and mysterious deaths often cite this story as one of the most baffling modern unsolved cases, not because the death itself remains legally unsolved, but because the circumstances surrounding her behavior in final moments continue to defy simple explanation. The Elisa Lam case remains a chilling reminder of how quickly a routine travel experience can turn into a global mystery. Her story combines elements of urban legends, psychological intrigue, and the ever-growing fascination with digital evidence, as the elevator footage brought her disappearance to millions worldwide. It also serves as a cautionary tale about the importance of mental health, the hidden dangers in seemingly ordinary environments, and the unpredictable consequences of human behavior. Years after her death, the case continues to attract attention in popular media, including documentaries, true crime specials, and investigative journalism. The fascination lies not only in the tragedy of her death but also in the inexplicable elements, the elevator footage, the hotel's dark history, and the questions that remain unanswered. Every new viewer, every new theory, and every new discussion reminds the world of Elisa Lam's brief life and the haunting mystery that surrounds her final days. Ultimately, the story of Elisa Lam is more than just a true crime case. It is a modern urban legend that continues to captivate, terrify, and puzzle audiences around the world. Her disappearance and death are a stark illustration of how one event, captured on camera, can ripple through global consciousness, leaving questions that may never be fully answered. In the end, her story serves as a reminder that sometimes reality is far stranger and more terrifying